children that have this trauma. So last year we were good enough to send three kids to camp free of charge.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Glen. It's really not even that windy, and it's not even that cold, because it might get windy and cold, because that's what the Glen does. But yeah, so we're out here with the car. This is the car's first event in race trim since 2023. We made this horrible looking hood, this monstrosity, in the last episode. And we got our class numbers for practice today. We are teched for the year, race tech. And I, as you can see, am in my drip. Today we also got Dan with us. And so Dan is doing mobile alignments. He's got a background in drifting. And so he does cars with, you know, crazy like angle kits, and like he's working with stuff like, I don't know, Ackerman and all that crazy drifter stuff, like, you know. Yeah, a little different from the road racing world, but you know, all the same aspects apply. So yeah, hopefully we can help some people out. So this is a Econo trailer basically with a leveling setup that he made himself, and Dan works construction, so he knows how to weld and do all that stuff. But yeah, we got, you know, turn plates and strings, and we also got some stringless alignment stuff that we're prototyping. But yeah, Dan and I are doing some work together, and I'm actually sponsoring the event with that business. So yeah, we got practice in I think like 10 minutes or something like that. The car is on some ancient Toyo RRs, but we're just trying to test it at this point because I put in some new bias valves for the ABS. I put in a new master cylinder, and then we have some tires to test. For the most part, I think we're squared away. I'm gonna try and throw a GoPro in this thing and get ready and go out for my first session a little bit. I'm gonna say that the car is, I'm just gonna drive it. I wouldn't say that it's uber impressive. We're slowly acquiring all the contingency stickers that we need, like the Toyo tire sticker. But yeah, floor register going strong. Tape going so fast we're peeling the tape off. The balance feels good, you know, pretty neutral. I would say that it's probably a good setup for racing. Maybe a little slow for qualifying, but I'm also not 100% there as a driver. Just not feeling 100% confident, but I'm happy with it so far. The brakes are a little lackluster. Ever since I put this ABS in this car, it's felt like it's braked slower in the dry, but you know, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so maybe the ABS will shine through then, who knows. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got going on. Dan's having a slow day. We have not had any customers roll through. One customer, he did have Taylor. She works her ass off to get to the track, and she called him up, and he did ride height and alignment, and she said it's been good. So yeah, I mean, we just gotta wait, and it's just the beginning to the weekend so far. Nothing bad has happened, knock on whatever this thing is, and yeah, it's a familiar sight. So we have the car on the dyno. The plan is to basically run it uncorked and see if the ECU correctly stored the flash, because the AEM Infinity is kind of buggy. But like I said in one of my older videos, I am not changing a dang thing because that's too much work and I don't feel like doing work. So right now they are going to be dyno testing it according to the SD5 rules. So there's like a form, and it's just like it's like
I don't know, voodoo. But anyway, yeah, hopefully it all goes well and the car kind of makes some repeatable runs at a good horsepower.
The rest of the day was uneventful for me, which is good. Dan ended up getting some customers, one of which was this E46 and also the Spec Miata. The E46 belongs to George, last year's ST5 champion in the region, and the blue Spec Miata belongs to my buddy Chris, who is a new driver, a rookie in Spec Miata.
All right, so what do we got? What do we got going on over here, Dan? What did we just get done doing, and what are we doing now?
All right. So we just ran through 2 BMWs.
Okay.
One was just an alignment check, and we found, actually, both were alignment checks. Both we found problems with toe. We had an E46. The rear toe slipped on that car after hitting curbing, and he said it wouldn't turn left. It was doing weird stuff. So we figured that out with a check. Changed the rear toe back. Had witness marks that it did slip on the bushings. So we got that corrected. We played with front toe on a 2 Series. All his alignment marks were spot on except the front toe. Had a little bit of toe in, so we just got that back to 0.
I wonder who did that.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah, that was so Dan actually aligned the guy's car who I sold my he aligned the guy's car who I sold my BMW to. Yeah, something
right.
like that.
So
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
blame the guy with the camera.
yeah, that guy.
And then the last one lined up is a Miata, Spec Miata. We're just gonna do an alignment check on it. It's getting a little bit late. We'll see if there's a rain holds off, but you know, if anything's wildly off, we'll try to get that correct for him.
It's looking good over there. Oh, no,
Yeah,
you know what?
Over here is what we're worried about.
Little ominous, onomatopoeia.
We'll see.
So you were saying that basically, like, on the ground, as long as you can get like a reference camber measurement and then like a reference toe measurement, it doesn't need to be within like a 1/16 of an inch, you would say, something like that. You can tell if something's really messed up with it.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of...
Yeah, it's a quick way to check things if you're waiting to go back out for a session or something like that. See if
Right.
something's bent or wildly wrong with
Right.
the car.
Right.
So yeah, like I wouldn't do an alignment on the ground like that.
Right.
Get it on the trailer and leveled.
Right.
But it's good enough to figure out if something's wrong.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right, sick. So we'll get this thing. We're gonna get this thing aligned. Yeah, it looks like the mobile rig has been working good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
far so good.
Yeah.
We found some shortcomings with it, which I knew about. Just haven't had time to.
They were literally
Fix it.
shortcomings because you couldn't
Literally, yeah. We had to
couldn't
jack
fit
up a
under
little
there.
higher to
Yeah.
slide under some of the cross members.
Yeah. Dude, I'm
The-
telling you, if you get like the electric jacks for this, like that'll
Yeah.
be...
I was looking at the jacks on even,
Clutch.
like the mobile dyno that have a lot more range of
Yeah.
motion, and
It's only like minimum $2,000. It's all good.
that's what I paid for the trailer.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get this. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Saturday at the Glen. We showed up and it was raining. I read the rules for the class that I was going to be running in, and then the rules said that, you know, if it's a declared rain session, you can run basically whatever tire you want. And there was no mention about, you know, points modifiers. So I had a set of Hoosier Wets that I got 4 years ago on some random wheels from a Spec Miata guy. So just some old random tires, and you know, I was told that I cannot run them because whatever. So I mean, I respect the you know, the group leader's decision, but I think that it's going to affect you, the rain, because we're not going to be able to
it's
do any alignments.
I know it's cold and rainy.
It's cold and
says
rainy.
43 degrees right now. Had a few people ask me about stuff today, and it sucks to say no, but
Did they ask you about more than just tires?
yeah. So I was asked about a BRZ. They wanted to pull some camber out for the rain,
Yeah.
and were asking about what that would do to their toe. Generally, it would bring toe in on those cars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's something I might be able to knock out real quick and maybe find a
should have
slightly
a-
dry spot.
I should have a raincoat, like a
Yeah.
like a utility style raincoat, if you need to borrow it.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, y'all, rain. I think the rain has pretty much ruined this day for the most part. So I guess we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, we're at the track, so bad
Yeah.
day at the track is better than a good day at work, right?
It's true.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Update. We're inside of the Heavy Chevy. Yeah, so I just got a call from Jose, the group leader, and he said, run it.
It was a nice surprise.
Yeah, that was,
we were just talking about other options.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, none of them were going to pan out.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm just going to bank today. No big deal. Didn't go out for qualifying. Didn't go out for practice. And then we got a call from Jose that was like, run it. Then I was like, okay. I guess I'll run it. So, yeah, we going to run it up. And I think we need to get it on the... Should we get it on the trailer to do the changes? Would it be easier?
We could do that. I can see how high that tent goes, too.
Put the tent up?
Yeah, and maybe keep her self-dry for a little bit.
I think you can probably ratchet strap it to
I was
the
going to say, if we
trailer.
anchor it to the trailer, we'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Should I drive it on?
All right, y'all, we're gonna see if this car starts up, because with the vented hood, water gets in where the coil packs sit and stuff, so hopefully it's not dead. We'll see how good I did my job.
So we unhooked some sway bars. For
Okay.
a sway bar. Getting ready for the rain. Trying to make the car less tail happy. So.
Yeah. Now, some of you might be wondering what I'm doing here. I'm actually grinding down these calipers so that they could fit in the rain wheels, which I've never mounted on this car before.
All right, what's going on?
All right, I think we're done here, folks. Well, I mean, not done, but prepped for the race. So, wheels are torqued. I added some Rain-X anti-fog garbage here. Honestly, the shaving cream is better.
Yeah.
Shaving cream is way
Yeah, I
better.
don't love the anti-fog.
And I forgot it too, because I was using it to shave myself when I ran out of actual shaving cream in the house. I was like, oh, I'm not racing anymore. I'll just shave myself. We do have to get racer's tape on the front of this janky hood. But we did get the wheels on. They were grinding the brake calipers, so they just broke out the old reliable and figured that out. We got a small baby, a small child worth of weight in the passenger seat of this car. Double nutted, grade 8 hardware with washers to spread the load. So, I mean, it's 100 pounds and it's a 30-year-old car. If it rips the metal out, I'm not surprised, but we're trying. And I think we're gonna go find some lunch. We're all soaked. I mean, it's rough. Yeah. So I think what we're gonna...
After we finished prepping the car, I promptly sent Dan home so that he wouldn't get sick. The race actually ended up going pretty badly for me. It went well for everybody else in SD5. They had a really good rain battle. The anti-fog did not anti-fog for me, and I could not see after one lap of driving. And rather than stay out in my first race back, I decided to just bring the car in. I didn't want to risk balling it up, and I figured I would live to fight another day. I have a hostage.
He's got me in his cabin.
Yeah.
There's movies about this.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is appropriate for my audience. So as you can tell, I'm wearing a racing suit. These are my soaked clothes. So it's been a rough day. A really, really rough day. Missed qualifying, had to go out in the back, and made some bad calls setup-wise in the car, but the thing that really got us was I bought anti-fog or something like that from, like, Rain-X brand, I think, and, you know, I expected it to prevent the windshield from fogging up, and while it changed the way the windshield fogs up, it certainly did not prevent the fog from happening. But it did make it so that the fog was like nice and well distributed across the entire front of the windshield. And it also was really gradual. So we're on the back straight of Watkins Glen, probably going like 80 to 100 miles an hour, you know, a couple car lengths apart. The car in front of me doesn't have any rain lights or any tail lights. And I'm like, well, yeah, I must be like, you know, in his slipstream, and it's just the rain. And then I realize very quickly, I'm like, no, I think I just can't see anything. I think that the windshield is fogged up. So then we get out of the toe of the boot, and I literally just could not see anything. So I kind of like reached up and tried to like clean the glass where I could reach it with my glove. And it just like, I was like looking, and then I look up and I see the brake lights from the car that had no rain light, and I was like, I'm done. I was like, you know, there's 5 cars immediately in front of me. It's my first SD5 race. I'm not going to be the guy that causes a wreck. So it was a wash. The day was a wash from the start. Really rough day. So hopefully tomorrow is better. But, you know, at least I have a cool cabin and a hostage.
Okay.
Oh.
Good morning. Today's a new day. It looks dry. So we're gonna hopefully get this car out on dries and make the damn thing happen. So yeah, we gotta reconnect the rear sway bar and put the dry tires back on. And the first race is a qualifying race, so basically position from that race sets your grid position for the actual race. This is one of the cars in my class. This car is beautiful. The owner and driver, Pete, built the car himself. The only thing that he didn't do was the cage, but man, it's gorgeous. I told him it doesn't even look like a race car, and he's like, yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Oh, we got Kim here. Wife Shadow. Wind Shadow Studios. Team Wind Shadow. How you doing?
Doing okay.
You gonna shout out to the camera?
Hi.
All right, y'all, what's going on? So, that race went okay. It was kind of awkward. We had like, I think we had a botched start because somebody had a mechanical on the outlap, and then I got passed under yellow, and then we had full course caution, and then they dropped the yellow. It was a double yellow. They dropped it, so we all went, and then they pulled the yellow back out, and then there was almost a pile up on the front straight, and then we finally got the go ahead to do another start. And then I battled with the car that passed me under yellow for a while, which was frustrating. Yeah, it was kind of chaotic, but in the process we went from P7 to P3 in the qualifying race, so that's good. You know, the car has pretty good pace in it. We are down like 6 horsepower, which is weird. I don't know why it's down 6 horsepower. The motor doesn't feel hurt, so I might reflash the ECU and just make sure that the tune is good. You know, that way we are, you know, up to pace, right? Because this ECU, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, has been giving me issues with glitching out like this. But yeah, so right now it's 12:19. I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and then we're gonna be back out to race at like 2:20. So yeah, wish me luck, y'all, even though you're gonna be watching this and not, you know, in need of the luck. All right, y'all. So unfortunately, another track weekend comes to a close, and we have to return to real life. Even with yesterday's debacle of rain and rule issues and stuff, it was still being at the track, right? Being at the racetrack. So sucks, the day is ending, but we finished our race. Cars in one piece, as you can probably see. There you go. And now I know how to work a camera. Look at that, look at that. So the shift knob broke in the qualifying race. We ended up going from P7 to P3, and we found a new shift knob from Bruce Yun. I think his last name's Yun, but he runs in Grid Life and has a CRZ and dolly toes it to the track like a gangster. He hooked me up with a shift knob, and then when I dynoed the car, it was under power. So I re-flashed the ECU again because I'm having issues with this AEM ECU, and it definitely had a lot, it felt a lot stronger. It felt like it felt when I ran my fastest lap time, yes, on Friday. So we ran like high 209s on Friday with no ballast, and then we ran low 210s, like a 210 flat, with the car came across the scales at like 25-16 or something. So yeah, like 60 pounds over the declared minimum weight for this car. But yeah, definitely happy with it. So now we're basically we're loading up the last of the stuff, and we're gonna get the car on the trailer, which is my least favorite part, as many of you know. But yeah, P3. We finished P3 in today's race. We came from P7 to P3 in the qualifying race, and then the actual race we managed a P3. We led the race for a little bit, made it up to P1, and then yeah, the front tires just fell off because it's a front wheel drive Honda. So yeah, I talked with Jose, the series leader, and he was like, yeah, the guys loved having you, yeah, if you put more tire on that car, it might lose some speed in the straight line, but it might last longer for the race. So yeah, some ideas for optimizing this car. Not so sure that I want to stick with SD5 yet, but if there's no Honda Challenge cars to race, then I guess that's kind of what I have to do, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, y'all, and yeah, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, and if you've already done that, then tell your friends to subscribe, because I'm tired of y'all not subscribing. Just kidding. Love y'all. Peace.